Добре дошли в спортната джунгла. Соги Георгиев.
I mean, to be honest, him and Michael Hънтър both went to the hospital after the fights. I mean, I understand all the things that they're trying to blame it on and things. I just don't feel that they were ready to be pushed by somebody like me. Same thing with Michael Hъnтър. Michael Hъnтър started throwing up in the corner. Really, Michael Hъnтър started throwing up in the corner. That fight technically should have been stopped, to be honest with you. But him and Zhang Li both had to go to the hospital for dehydration, for failures. But I just feel like I push people so much into that edge that they're not prepared for. And that's what you're going to get with me. Even come with Pulев. If you watch my fights, I don't fight like a B-side fighter. It's for a reason.
Следващият съперник на Кубрат Пулев е американецът Джери Форест. Изключително интересен образ, който едва не направи големи изненади в последните си два мача срещу съперници, които бяха считани за огромни фаворити. Първоначално Кобрата трябваше да се бие с руснака Андрей Федосов, който се оказа, че има проблеми с заминаването за щатите, и 6 седмици преди битката, която ще се състои на 14 май в Инглвуд, Калифорния, беше сменен противникът. Какъв е Джери Форест като боксьор? Какви умения притежава и с каква мотивация ще се впусне в битката срещу Кубрат Пулев? Матч, който може да наблюдавате само по стриминг платформата Fight. Освен срещата Джери Форест Кубрат Пулев, ще имаме шанса да гледаме и супер дербито Тервел Пулев срещу Сергей Ковальов. Продължаваме и с играта, за да спечелите 5 ваучера за безплатно наблюдаване на битките. Трябва да отговорите на следния въпрос. Как приключиха последните два мача на Джери Форест? Очаквам вашите отговори отдолу в коментарите, както и вашето мнение за предстоящото изпитание на Кубрат Пулев. Ако нашият канал ви харесва, може да се абонирате за него и да натиснете камбанката, за да получавате известия за всички най-нови видеа. Освен това, в Instagram и Facebook профилите на спортната джунгла традиционно пускаме малко по-различни видеоматериали. Приятно гледане! So first of all, you got 6 weeks notice to fight Kubrat Pulев. What was your first reaction when you hear 10 days ago that you are going to fight Kubrat Pulев?
Well, it wasn't really, it was that way, but it was not in the sense of I wanted to fight somebody and his name came up. It's not so much the opportunity to fight him, but it's more so I wanted to fight someone and the opportunity came up, so I picked Pulev.
Do you think the time will be enough for you to prepare? It's 6 weeks. I know that in the past you also took short notice fights.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm never not in the gym. So you figure 6 weeks to train and it's usually 3 to 4 weeks to get in shape. I don't need those 3 to 4 weeks. So we come into camp and we just go right into what we're supposed to be doing.
How would you describe the style of Kubrat Pulев? His dangerous and weak sides.
His danger is he has power for an older person. Weakness, just possibly his age. Mobility, things slow down. He's a very good fighter, very smart fighter. So I'll have to try to find out how to maneuver him.
Okay, your last fight with Майкъл Хънтър was very controversial. A lot of people was thinking that you won that fight. What do you think about the draw and what missed you to win the fight, to get the clear win?
I think it was a draw in the sense of I won the fight completely, I feel. But I was not signed with Thriller. Their money was invested in Michael Hъnтър. Unfortunately, usually when you see a draw, that means someone really lost. I felt that I did dominate the fight, but I should have maybe stepped on the gas a little more at the end, possibly, just to kind of edge that fight out. But I felt I won rounds at least 2 to 3 on. So, I think that the biggest thing is I got to start stopping these guys.
Now it's pretty much the same. Kubrat Pulев is the champion of triad combat. He's got a contract with Thriller. And you are just coming here to fill the spot of Andrae Fedosov, who got some problems and he couldn't, the original opponent of Pulев, he couldn't come to USA to fight. So they picked So do you think it's pretty much the same situation like the fight with Hънтър?
Yes, I just have to capitalize better, make my win more distinctive, be a better boxer. Can't leave it in the judge's hands.
Another fight that ends in a draw. It's pretty rare for a professional boxer to have two fights in a row, as a draw was against Жилен Жан. You started pretty slow in that fact, but as we understand, the China boxer got some health problems during the fight. He's got a kidney failure after the fight. Did you feel that something is happening with him during that fight?
I mean, to be honest, him and Michael Hъnтър both went to the hospital after the fights. I mean, I understand all the things that they're trying to blame it on and things. I just don't feel that they were ready to be pushed by somebody like me. Same thing with Michael Hъnтър. Michael Hъnтъr started throwing up in the corner. Really, Michael Hъnтъr started throwing up in the corner. That fight technically should have been stopped, to be honest with you. But him and Zindeli both had to go to the hospital for dehydration, for failures. But I just feel like I push people so much into that edge that they're not prepared for. And that's what you're going to get with me. Even come with Pulев. If you watch my fights, I don't fight like a B-side fighter. It's for a reason.
So it sounds like you're planning to send Pulев to the hospital as well, right?
Well, I'm planning on winning. My last two opponents, I didn't try to send them to the hospital. What I'm saying is that's where they ended up because of the push, because of the strain I put on their body, because of the punch accumulation, because of the punch power. So it's not so much just them being in the hospital. I've aided them. That's not a bragging thing. I'm just saying that I am a workhorse. I'm here for real.
But I'm sure that if you win against Pulев, you are going to do your backflip, right?
Definitely. Yes, sir. Definitely.
Tell me the story about that backflip. It's pretty strange for a 230-pounder heavyweight to do pretty easy such a backflip. It's scary. When I saw it first time, I saw, whoa, what this guy is doing.
I was born in Louisiana, partly raised, and it's just something that we do out there. Flip, jump out of trees, run. So it's just a thing to kind of remind me of home, symbolization of where I'm from, and just kind of you can do anything you want to do. You know, where I was from, there wasn't a lot of opportunity, but I seen a lot of talented people. So that backflip was just kind of like a symbolization of where I'm from, you know, what I represented and where I've been, where I've came to now. Do
you remember the first flip as a boxer? And what was the reaction of the audience?
I was an amateur. I got a knockout and I did a cartwheel in the backflip. And from then on, it was on. Every time I won a fight, I hit my signature foot.
But first time it was like an impulse, right? It wasn't planned, right?
Yeah. Oh, no, you mean like the first time in the ring? No, I've been flipping since I was a child. But yeah, the first time in the ring, it was just a good amateur knockout. I was just hyped. I did the cartwheel and the backflip, and since then I said, okay, you know, this is what I'll do.
Yeah, I hope the interview isn't so boring.
No. What happened is I was going so, man, today I've just been training. That's all. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
No. Yeah, no, it's not completely not you. Sorry.
Okay, is it true that you wanted to be an architect, but after a big fight, few people against you in the school, you decided to go with boxing? What was the story?
I love art. I love architecture. I love building. I love history. I love science. Definitely wanted to go to college to be an architect. But I love fighting. Love boxing. My dad pretty much was like, what you want to do with your life? Didn't really want to go to college. I told him I wanted to box, you know. He found me a boxing gym at 18. Took me to the Moulton Community House, downtown Newport News. And I walked in, never walked out.
I listened to another interview of yours, and your previous job, I'm not sure if you are still working, was as an operator at the nuclear engine or something like that. By trade, I am a nuclear electrician. I power the world's military reactors, basically. I power the reactors on ships and submarines. Secret level clearance. I've got to see some pretty amazing things in that field for sure. You know, it's pretty cool to see how the machines operate that protect the country.
And I was fortunate to power those, work on those, make sure that they work and fire right. Kind of like my little piece of protection for the American side, So just a little something to help do a part. But it was a great experience. I loved it.
Sounds cool, but in some moment you decided to go only boxing, right?
Yes, sir.
What was that
Boxing,
moment when you decided to quit your job and to focus only on professional boxing?
2019, after the Jermaine Franklin fight. After the Jermaine Franklin fight, I was like, I'm like, you know what? Like, I could really do this. Like, I can, but in order for me to do that, I'm gonna have to free myself from my job, take it more serious, make sure I'm in camps, make sure I'm eating proper. So it was a life-changing thing, and that's what I wanted to do.
Was it a bit risky because you left a secure job with secure money and you enter into the world of professional boxing on 100% during the pandemic in 2020? The pandemic started early in March.
Mm-hmm. For me, it wasn't so much anything to do with the pandemic or anything. It's just that I feel like when you think that you're ready and you're prone for success, you should go for it. And I didn't want to prolong my success. I knew I had the talent, but you can't be a world champion working a 9 to 5 because of the time that it takes to be in. I mean, I'm in camp now, So to be able to do these things at this caliber, you have to be able to free up some and actually give yourself an opportunity to win these fights and to prosper.
How better you became after you started doing only boxing? How much you improve after you focus only on boxing?
I think I've gotten a lot better. I think my wins gotten better, of course. My boxing skill, my boxing IQ, all around, I think I'm better. Me not being able to work has helped me focus on the craft, and that's why each fight you've seen the progression from Takum to Zinze Lee to Jermaine. I mean to Michael Hънтър. It's always been a progression of I'm a good boxer, good jab. I'm poised, keep the resistance off. I'm able to jab, move, step. So I mean, I have a lot of pluses that I feel I've just grown and gotten better with over time.
But how you motivate yourself when, for example, it was pretty even fight with Franklin, then with Takam also close fight, and the 2 draws. You never won those fights. And how you motivate yourself to start once again working hard? You know that even when you worked a lot, you are losing those decisions.
Keep on swinging. Once it's over, can't really do nothing about it. I'm a person that reset my mind. Once it's over, I can't go back to the scorecard. So all I can do is train harder. I have a family to feed. It's my motivation.
There was a very interesting fight that you were scheduled against Jarrell Muir, but the fight failed because of a positive doping case. You said that the stuff was that Muir was attempting murder because he was doped before the fight. What is your opinion on PEDs in professional boxing? And right now, do you have in a contract a clause for doping tests?
We don't have one, but I will, of course, bring that up before the fight. And with Big Baby Miller, I just feel that, with the sport that we have, one punch can kill someone. And my point with the killing is if you are doping and that's helping you punch another person, that's helping aid another person in bodily harm, then to me, that's chilling because you can kill someone with one punch. So if you are taking a banned substance and these things are helping you to win a fight, anything can happen in a ring. And with boxing, it takes one punch. It just takes one punch, one short move to kill someone, not intentionally, but it happens all the time. So I just feel like when you're doping, you're taking an extra step. And to me, that's beyond winning. That is when you evolve into the stage of killing. And I say that because what happens when a guy that's doping kills a guy that isn't doping? And we're going to consider that most likely a murder. And that's why I said it's murder, only because of the severity of what can happen, not that it has or will.
Do you think that it's a bit strange because, for example, Muir he had 2 positive doping tests, and after the second, he was banned for 2 years. In Olympic sports or boxing, Olympic boxing, the second positive case is at least 4 years. In weightlifting, they could give you a lifetime ban for second positive case.
Because of the money behind Jarrell Miller, the powers that be with boxing. They like him. He's a good draw. Makes a lot of money for boxing. So I feel he's a benefit to boxing as far as the media, so they're going to keep him around.
As you mentioned earlier, you are improving with each fight. So compared to the fight with Michael Hъnтър, how better will be Джери Форест?
I'll be in even better shape. A better boxer. Going to come off more explosive. It's just going to be a lot of factors. Like I said, each fight I'm going to progress because I'm in the gym. So naturally, you're training, you're working hard, you're going to get better at your craft. And I'm just still learning. I just really started getting into training camps and all this kind of stuff. So we're learning as we go for the better.
How would you describe your best qualities as a pro boxer? What kind of style you like? I saw your fights, you can do pretty much everything, but what's your preference? What's your preferable way of fighting?
My stronghold is the jab and just moving, just outboxing. If you see my fights, I don't really go for the knockout because I'm usually the better boxer. So my whole thing is just stay boxing, stay poised. If you catch the knockout, it'll come. But win the round, win round by round by round. Look good, stay poised, and just outbox the guy. Utilize the jab and set everything up.
In one of your Instagram posts, you describe yourself as an animal who is hungry. So now, how hungry you will be against Kubrat Pulев?
I have to prove myself. This is actually a proving fight for me. Pulев is 40 years old, very good boxer, but he's not young. I feel like this is a fight where I'm getting more introduced to Triller. The fight's more in my favor. If you look at the statistics, the fight's more in my favor, I feel, just from youth, boxing, statistics, the way I operate. So I think it's going to be a very good fight. Pulев is definitely not going to come down and go to sleep. But I just think with me training, with me always in the gym, with me always getting better because I'm actually a gym rat. I practice, I train. So should definitely see an improvement.
What kind of fight we are going to see? Because Pulев also could be technical, could be boxing from a stance. Do you think that there will be a lot of banging, or more it will be a technical, strategical fight?
To be honest, that will be determined by us. I am, as you can tell, I'm prepared for any kind of style. I make adjustments quick. I see things. So whatever the fight and however the fight goes, I'll be ready for it. So I'm prepared to make adjustments.
What's your prediction? Forest winning by KO or points or?
KO or win. For me, I'm not a picky person. As long as I get a definitive win, I'm fine with it. Whether it's by knockout or KO. I mean, I'm sorry. Well, not saying that I'm going for a knockout, but of course. But whether it's by knockout or decision, I just want to be definitive. I don't want any questions left into the judge's hands. So, of course, I want the win by KO, but never would go for that. He's too good of a fighter to just, to just slip up like that with.
If you beat Pulев, what kind of doors will be open for you?
Once I beat him, I feel my world rankings will shoot up. Hopefully we'll get a little bit more information on who would want to fight us next. So this will be a big step of fight for us to show that we belong. And hopefully we'll get some guys across the pond or, one of the big names here to sign up for a fight. So we'll see. But the idea is a big fight after this one for sure.
Do you think you are capable to go even further in 2 or 3 fights to progress in the rankings to be able to a challenge for a world title fight?
Oh, no doubt. I mean, Michael Hъnтър fought Usyk. Usyk is the world champion. It was a dominating fight, but a close fight. I feel I belong on the top with all of those guys. So definitely, yeah, this is just another point for me to prove and execute.
You also did some sparrings with Deontay Wilder. So how close were you during those sparrings? Do you feel that you were on pretty much the same level as
I feel I'm on the same level as any heavyweight out there, no matter what ranking or name. I've sparred a lot of guys. I don't think any of those guys are better than me, and I've always held my own in every camp against all the best. So definitely, I feel that I'm here for it.
So as I understand, Wilder, maybe I heard that you spar also with Filip Hrgović, the Croatian star. Who else you spar from the past years?
Seth Mitchell, Brant Jennings. There's been a couple guys, but Filip Hrgović is a good fighter. I like Filip.
Okay, and last question. Tell me please your prediction of the next two World Championship heavyweight fights, the rematch Joshua Usyk and Tyson Fury versus Dillian Whyte. What's your prediction?
Usyk, as long as he stays dynamic, stays angled up, keep Joshua moving and guessing, I think he'll win that second fight. And Fury can box, man. It's hard for me to put my money against Fury. So Fury all day. I like Fury. His pressure. He's smart in the ring. So, yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. I wish you that you and Kubrat are going to make a great fight. And maybe one day we could do an interview when you are world title fight challenger. Why not?
Yes, sir. Definitely. Let me know anytime.
Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Blessings. For sure.
Bye.
See you.